What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Red Dawn, directed by John Milius. Now, Red Dawn tells the hypothetical story of what if the Russians and the Cubans invaded America and started World War III. That's pretty much the basic premise of this movie. So let's talk about it. What do I feel about Red Dawn? I think that Red Dawn is a really, really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I've seen it now 3 times, and I can say that on my third time, I like this movie a lot. I think John Milius crafted a really interesting and intriguing story. Now, this movie is not gonna rock your socks off. It's not gonna be. It's not this groundbreaking masterpiece, but what it is a damn good action war flick. And John Milius was able to craft together a really, really good cast in this movie. You have Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, Leah Thompson, C. Thomas Howell, I'm sorry, and all these guys do a fantastic job in their roles. And you also got Powers Booth as well. I like these characters. I like the characters that they portray. I think the overall production value of this movie. This is a good looking movie in terms of having a very stark and grounded, gritty realism to it. John Milius did a real good job at portraying this, you know, midwestern town that gets invaded and occupied, and we see the destruction and the carnage that it causes. We see how everything is just turned into chaos, and these kids pretty much have to come together and do guerrilla warfare tactics in order to defend themselves and to save their little town. And of course, they end up going by the name of the Wolverines, which is the local mascot of the high school that they all went to. So all that stuff is really, really well done. I like it a lot. Now, this movie also has a couple of things that I wasn't really too keen on. Specifically, I would have liked to have seen some of these kids do some training montages with the weapons. Now, with the exception of the Judd and Maddie Eckhart, the Swayze and Sheen characters, I can buy those two as being somewhat equipped in knowing how to use weaponry and guns, since it's said through dialogue that their father took them hunting and fishing when they were kids. So I can buy them being weapon savvy. However, their friends, I don't buy them being weapon savvy, and I don't buy them being that good at using weapons. I'd have liked to have seen some training montages just to see these kids get used to firing weapons, and also to develop more of a camaraderie between these two. Because once this movie starts by with the ground with its feet running, this movie does not take a pause. It doesn't do anything. This movie starts this movie starts as the invasion is starting. So we don't really get enough time to know some of these characters, with the exception of the Eckhart brothers. I'd have liked to see more of these other characters get developed as well. Not saying that they're bad performances, because they're far from it. Aside from the Eckhart brothers, another character who gets a substantial amount of time is the Robert character, played by C. Thomas Howell. We see him gradually becoming hardened as a warrior with these brothers, becoming becoming a really good efficient killer as they fend off the Soviets and the Cubans. And But the other characters, to me, they kind of get put to the wayside. A character who I've liked to see more of, particularly more in the final act, is the Powers Booth character of Colonel Tanner. When he comes into the movie, we get an experienced American military man helping out these kids now plan and do tactics. But I think his character gets killed off a little way too soon before I would have liked it to be. Not only that, the movie kind of sort of teases this flirtation between the Colonel and the Erica character, played by Leah Thompson, but it doesn't really have much of a payoff, and it doesn't really go anywhere because his character is killed too soon, and the movie just hints and teases that something might be happening between the two, but we never know, because their relationship doesn't go any further than that. But aside from all of that, I still think this is a well done movie. It's a good war movie. It's got a great cast. It's got solid direction. It's got mostly good writing. So at the end, I'm gonna give Red Dawn a solid 8 out of 10. I highly recommend this movie. Give it a watch. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.